What is up guys, Jarv here, back today jumping into Destiny 2. In today's video we're taking a look at all the Vow of Disciple raid challenges. There are 4 in total, so we're going to find out what they all are and the easiest way to do them to get your Disciple Slayer seal. Then be sure to stick around and enjoy the video. If you do enjoy the video, be sure to leave a comment and rating down below, and remember to subscribe for more Destiny 2 content. But without further delay guys, let's jump into the video. Now today's video is brought to us by our official channel partner, Apex Gaming PCs. If you're in the market for a new gaming PC, or you're looking to build your own and want to get more bang for your buck, be sure to check them out. Not only can you custom build yours entirely from scratch, but we also have our own range of Jarv PCs too. And if you use code Jarv at checkout, you can save up to $250 off your next gaming PC. So be sure to check them out, and I'll leave all their links down in the video description below. Now in today's video we're taking a look at all the Vow of Disciple raid challenges. As we said in the intro, there are 4 in total, and you'll need to complete each and every one of them on the regular and master difficulty in order to get your hands on the Disciple Slayer seal. Now it's important to note that this video is specifically for the raid challenges. If you're looking for raid encounter guides though, then be sure to check out Datto Does Destiny, as he has some of the most detailed and informative raid guides available in the community. So be sure to check him out, and I'll leave the link to his YouTube channel down in the video description below. Now the first raid challenge we're going to take a look at is called Swift Destruction. Now this can be found over in the Acquisition encounter, and to complete this challenge all 3 unstoppable abominations must be killed at roughly the same time. Now as you work your way through the Acquisition encounter, unstoppable abominations will spawn in each corner of the arena. There are 3 unstoppable abominations in total, and by the time your fire team has discovered all 3 Glyph Keeper symbols, then those abominations will be very close to each of the 3 obelisks. Now as we said at the beginning of this challenge, all 3 champions must be killed at roughly the same time. There's around a 2 to 3 second window to do this. Now the easiest way to get this done is to kill the abominations just after you've cleansed the obelisk with the symbols. Members of the fire team can stunlock the champions until the raid team is ready to defeat them, and you can do this by either using the Hand Cannon Unstoppable mod or the Glaive Unstoppable mod available this season. Now once all the symbols have been entered into the obelisk and you have just the unstoppable abominations remaining, then you can count down together as a team, stun those champions and defeat them all at the same time. Now it's important to remember that you can whittle down the champion's health throughout the course of the encounter, but you just can't kill them until you're all ready to do so. The timer for taking out the champion starts as soon as the champion dies, not when you start applying damage to them. So if you want to make this even easier, you can whittle their health down until they're all in a finishable state, and then finish them all at the same time. Now the unstoppable abominations will spawn in each phase of the fight until you have completed all the obelisks. Now when it gets to the 3rd and final obelisk, you don't in fact even need to defeat the champions at all. You can keep these stun locked until the final obelisk symbols have been entered, and as soon as that sequence has been accepted, then the unstoppable abominations will despawn. This won't affect the challenge in any way, and by getting that challenge done, you'll gain access to 2 Vow of Disciple raid chests. Now the next raid challenge is called Base Information, and this can be found over in the Caretaker encounter. Now to get this challenge done, you can only grab 1 glyph icon at any one time. Now normally throughout the course of this fight, the team is broken up into 3 teams, 2 that are focusing on ad clear, 2 that are stunning the Caretaker, and 2 that are running the symbols. Now the glyph icon needs to be different each time, and you can only grab 1 throughout the course of the fight. Now out of all the raid challenges, this is one of the easiest ones, as it simply just extends the fight prior to dealing damage to the boss. Now it is possible to get this challenge done with just 2 members of the fire team running the glyph symbols, but if you find you are running out of time or struggling, then you can assign 3 or 4 players as runners to help speed up the encounter. Naturally that will put a bit more pressure on those that are stunning the Caretaker, but as long as you have consistent stuns, then you should have more than enough time to cleanse the obelisk. Now once you've cleansed the obelisk on the 1st floor, you simply need to rinse and repeat this for the 2nd and 3rd floor prior to dealing damage for the Caretaker's final stand. And once you've taken the Caretaker out, you'll once again gain access to an additional Vow of Disciple raid chest. Now the 3rd challenge for the Vow of Disciple raid is called Defenses Down. Now this challenge can be found over in the Exhibition encounter, and to get this done, each player can only kill 1 Taken Knight in each room. Now to defeat the Taken Knights, you have to use the crystal from the Leviathan raid, and this extends the timer throughout the course of the Exhibition encounter. Now each member of the fire team can only kill 1 knight for the challenge, meaning that you'll need to rotate all the relics through different members of your fire team to ensure you have a unique person killing the knights in each room. Now there are 7 knights in total, total, including the one in the introduction room. So to ensure you don't fail this challenge, you will need to skip one of the taken knights, with the easiest one being found in the first main room. Now it's important to remember, if you have used the crystal from the Leviathan in any of the rooms previously, then you shouldn't pick it up, or more importantly defeat another knight in any additional rooms. Now the easiest way to get this done is to pair up your fire teams together, focusing on the crystal, the Aegis relic, and also the taken relic from the Last Wish raid. Now as we said earlier, we will be pairing each member of the fire teams up together. Now me and my clan use this table that you see here, which assigns a particular relic to a particular guardian in your fire team. Now using the roster in game, you can identify which is guardian 1 through 6, and with that you can see when you need to own which relic and in which room. And as long as you stick to this table and work your way through the course of the encounter, you will nail this raid challenge each and every time. Now an important thing to remember is that the timer doesn't reset until the Leviathan crystal is entered into the stand between each room. So use this extra time to your advantage. Make sure your fire team are ready and know their roles before placing down the crystal to kick off the timer for the next room. And by following all the hints and tips in this video, you should be able to nail this challenge and once again gain yourself access to an additional Valve Disciple raid chest. Now the fourth and final challenge for the Valve Disciple raid is called a Looping Catalyst, and this can be found in the Rahulk boss encounter. Now to complete this raid challenge during the first half of the fight, your fire team cannot lose the leeching buff. Now what you will find is that you won't fail the challenge by simply losing the leeching buff, but you will fail the challenge by needing to shoot an additional crystal to gain access to a second leeching buff if you lose it. Now the reason this is so important is that there is a bug during this fight where the boss won't go up to the final platform to initiate the DPS phase. If you find yourself in this situation, then what you will find is that the leeching buff timer will run out and kill members of your fire team, but it's important to remember that this won't fail the challenge. As long as you've entered all 6 times into the obelisks, then up until that point you have completed the challenge for that phase. Now whether you run just a single or 2 runners is entirely up to you and your fire team and what you feel most comfortable with, but it's important to remember that each of those strategies will work as long as the runners and retainers are constantly splitting the leeching essence buff and maintaining that throughout the first phase of the Rahulk boss fight, which is the strategy that most fire teams are currently using. Then this particular challenge is harder to fail than it is to complete. Now once you enter the second phase of this fight, you can run this as you normally would and optimize as much damage as you possibly can. And once that DPS phase is over, you'll return to the first phase of the fight once again, and you'll need to rinse and repeat that process again, ensuring that you maintain that leeching essence buff throughout the dunking phase of the fight. So all in all, if you complete this fight as you normally would, then you should easily be able to get your hands on that additional Valve Disciple raid chest. And further still, if you enter all the symbols throughout the course of the raid to get access to the additional bonus chest, then you can get up to 3 chests spawn in at the end of the raid. If you're not too sure exactly how to spawn that in, then we made a video covering exactly how and all the room locations, and I'll leave the link to that down in the video description below. So there we have it guys, a full guide on all the Valve Disciple raid challenges. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to check out one of the 2 videos you see here in these cards for more Destiny 2 content. And if you want to keep up to date with everything to do with Destiny 2, then be sure to hit subscribe as well. I'm going to jump back into the game as always guys, and I will catch you all again very soon.